Okay, finally the last section. This comes from 5.7. This is where we give you the answers. We give you the zeros or the roots. And we ask you what the equation was. Well, this is saying x equals -4, x equals 1, and x equals 5. So we reverse engineer it. The factor that would get me x equals -4 is x plus 4. The factor that would get me x equals +1 is x minus 1. And the factor that would get me x equals +5 is x minus 5. Now all we have to do is multiply these. Let's FOIL the first one. X times x, x squared. X times -1 is -x, and positive 4x. We get 3x out of the inners and the outers, and we get a -4. We still have this x minus 5 that we have to multiply by. And so I like to do this on two lines. X times x squared is x cubed. X times 3x is 3x squared. X times -4 is -4x. Now -5 times x squared is -5x squared. And you see, this is why I use two lines, is so I can stack these in the same columns. -5 times 3x is -15x. -5 times -4 is +20. I add. End up with x cubed minus 2x squared minus 19x plus 20. You make sure that you can see that. And you can. Now let's go ahead and look at this complex. This answer is going to have imaginary numbers in it. And I say numbers because these always come in sets of 2. Now this is problem number 36 on your review, and it says 3i. Well, what they're not telling you is that means that -3i is also a factor, a zero, a solution. And so here I have x plus 1. Here I have x plus 1 again, so I'm going to put x plus 1 squared. Here I have to have x minus 6. Here I have x plus 3i. Well, the first one actually x minus 3i and x plus 3i. And I would have to do this multiplication now. I'm going to start with these two because this is going to give an interesting result. If I FOIL this, I'm going to get x squared minus 3ix plus 3ix. That goes away. And then -3i times positive 3i is -9i squared. Since I equals the square root of -1, I squared equals the square root of -1 squared. These are things we need to remember by now. The square root of -1 squared is -1. I do that because x squared minus 9i squared is the same as x squared minus negative. So let's just change that to plus positive 9. That and this are the same thing. I squared is -1. We just multiply this times a negative. Minus a negative becomes plus a positive. So here we have this half, x squared plus 9. Here we have x plus 1 squared, and here we have x minus 6. And we would have to go and multiply all this out. This is going to give you x squared, x to the first, x to the second, we're going to have a fifth degree polynomial. And I'm going to leave the multiplication for you to do. You should know how to do that by now. Again, this is off of your review, and if I'm not mistaken, it's actually a test question.